So, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and I am filming this on my phone because I went to film and my camera battery and my spare camera battery were both dead. So, and I'm very time poor these days because I have a new job, which is great, but it means there's less time for filming and whatnot. So I am going to share with you my Ostara pages. This is my Wheel of the Year grimoire. I've called it Colour Weaving the Wheel. This is a big book I made last year, and I'm working through each of the 8 Sabbats of the year based on the Wiccan Wheel of the Year, alongside colour magic, and this was inspired by the book Chaos Craft. I actually have it right to hand, by Julian Vane and Steve D, and this is kind of a blending of chaos magic and the Wheel of the Year. It's an amazing book, really has deeply influenced my practice. It's so inspiring and I love the way it's written. I've read this several times over, and I'm normally not much of a rereader of books, but yeah, this is awesome. I'm also doing this, so I'm working like a Sabbat at a time. Each Sabbat has a colour associated to it as well. So we've got in bulk and green, Ostara and orange, Beltane and purple. That was purple, but it's kind of faded out now. Litha and yellow, Lunasa and red, or Lamas and red, Mabon and blue, Samhain and black, and Yule and Octarine. So I have posted a previous video showing the in bulk pages, and so I won't go through those. Also, do you like my new background? It's actually my tarot, my card reading cloth, but I just thought it would make for a nice background as well. Rather, I was getting bored of just the brown wood vinyl, so I thought I'd change things up a bit. Anyway, I'm hoping I can't make this video too long because I don't really have the time for it, so let's crack on. So starting off with so Ostara, or the spring equinox, vernal equinox, and orange. So this is a tear out of Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I have like a smaller version. I actually have 3 copies of this book. It's like my favourite book. I have one very special vintage copy, and then I have this smaller version that I got in a charity shop purely for collage, and then the full size or larger version that I got off of Amazon purely to use for collage. It originally just said April here, but I just wrote March to April because for me that's when I sort of celebrate the spring equinox. So here I've got like a cheat sheet that I made myself. So I went through and made little cheat sheets for the whole of the year, with just like some alternative names. I'll just bring this up a bit so you can see some like keywords, ritual ideas, archetypes, folklore and traditional customs and tools, and associated colours. So in Chaos Craft, Ostara is associated with orange, and that is based off of the incoming power of the year. So like the spring and like the growing power of the earth, and alchemy, which originally I was like, ugh, I'm not sure I see this, like it seems a bit random to me. Not a huge fan of orange, but actually digging into the subject more, like it does make sense, and like the alchemy and the colour magic behind it as well. So it was really interesting. And if you don't know, I actually started this book in 2021, and I just was so busy last year. I stopped after in bulk. So was it 2021? Oh yeah, so I made the book in December 2021, and I stopped using it in February 2022. So yeah, this is a real work in progress, but I'm really pleased that I managed to get the Ostara pages done. Okay, so here's like my sort of title page. Oh, these stickers are, all of these are from Baiban, and these are from one of those sticker books, like the Imaginarium, the Antiquarian, those, you know those sticker books, everyone has them, they're from Amazon. This is a quote from Chaoscraft, Spring Equinox, Orange, the incoming power of the year. And then in this book, I sometimes work a double spread for one topic, or I'll have two topics, one per page. It depends what the topic is, what I'm thinking about, etc., etc. So this is a devotional for Persephone, and this is a poem or prayer poem by Molly Reamer of Bridges Grove. I will crack my life open before your eyes and decide which seeds to eat, which to plant, and which to cast back into the underworld forever. And I just really liked that as a little devotional. The reason why you can see this page is very shiny is because I got this really cheap like foil art stuff from a craft shop here called The Works. It was like 99p, but it stayed tacky forever. It's really annoying because it's really cool and like holographic gilding, like foil art, but it just never really dried out. It was always tacky, so it was sticking to the next page. I put a thin layer of like gloss, like Mod Podge, but it's not Mod Podge, I can't remember which one it is, but like gloss over here to try and seal it, and it was still sticking, so I just put parcel tape all over it, and that's fine now. Oh, that's from one of Freya Fenwick's printables, the summer wedding one, which she designed for my wedding, so I love those printables very, very much. This is a spread about spring cleaning. This is also from that Midsummer hand fasting printable set Caroline from Freya Fenwick designed. And yeah, this is from the Witch's Datebook, and I just liked the information. It was handy. I didn't see the need to rewrite it all, so I just tore it out the Witch's Datebook and stuck it in my grimoire. I do have, oh, here it is. I was going to say I have it to hand because I've started planning out for my Beltane pages, but yeah, I generally just use this for like the illustrations and for tear outs and stuff, but yeah, I do like it. This page is about dancing the rites of spring. So I have an absolutely amazing Ostara book that I got secondhand years ago. Which is this one, and it has so much information, like absolutely tons, and it's a really good book. I really enjoy it. I do want to see if I can get hold of the other Sabbats. There's so much info. I got this for like £7, I think, like years ago. You can see I've still got loads of bookmarks and tabs in. A lot of the information here has come from this. And different types of dances were some of the ideas for like the rites of spring, which I thought was really fun. So I just wrote some of them out. We've got like the rites of spring dance, the butterfly dance, the spiral dance, and what I really like is Idane has suggested music for the dances. So the Rite of Spring by Igor Stravinsky, Dance of the Hours by Edvard Grieg, Middle Eastern folk music. So I just really liked that. It would be fun to like make a playlist. These lovely purple prints are from Corrigan the Crone. We did like a little Art Witch Happy Mail swap. And she included loads of awesome like handmade ephemera, which I just love and I've really enjoyed putting in my books. That was also a tear out from the Witcher's Daybook. This little section is about hare and rabbit magic. This is from the Country Wisdom diary, I think that's what it's called. It's an independently published kind of, I would say it's UK based, but the information is still like interesting for other countries and stuff. But this was a little section about hares and Ostara and sort of some folklore stories, so I just included that in as well, made like a little flap out. Spring equinox was kind of a funny one for me this year. It was a really mixed and quite challenging time. My bunny passed away. He'd been with me for 13 years, so it was quite a lot of time of grieving. So this section, I included like a photo of him and me. I wrote a poem to like honour him and included that in here because, this was the season that he passed away, and I wanted to include that, and it kind of felt, poignant with like the hare and rabbit magic and stuff. So here's like information about like uses of rabbit fur, and information about that. I've had rabbits for over 15 years, maybe longer. Maybe even longer. And Motley was my last. I'm not gonna get a rabbit, at least, for a good few years, especially as we have a cat now, and it was hard enough keeping them apart. It's like the end of a big part of my life. And this was actually, both of these were Easter cards, and I cut the card. I made this just like a flap, and then this I just put some washi tape over. It said "at Easter." I could have just cut that completely down, but the thinking of you, made sense for the poem, because and there's just a little flap there, pocket there that goes into. This again is more information from the Country Wisdom diary. And this is just their sort of section on March, and I just included that in here because it's interesting information. This is a tear out of a book called How to Be a Wildflower by Katie Daisy. I absolutely love it. Her illustrations are just so beautiful. I didn't feel the need to do anything on this. I just thought it was nice as like a beautiful picture in my grimoire. But I've used her stuff quite a lot, and I'll like cut it, like fussy cut it out and use it for like decoration and stuff as well. But yeah, I really, really love her art. This page is all about egg magic, and these alphabet letters are again from those like sticker books. They have all of them, like the Imaginarium, the Antiquarian, Bibliophile, I think is the other one, or Bibliography. And quite a few of these stickers are from there as well. This again was another Easter card, and I just used this sticker to sort of cover up the bit that said about Easter, and turned that into a flap. I put some, I have quite a lot of that nice handmade paper with like petals pressed into it. Wrote up some egg lore, and then I made this pocket here from, I got some pens, and this was like the plastic they came in. So I just cut that out, used some double-sided tape to adhere it to the page. And here we have a little collection of eggs. This background, this was from like a witchy magazine that I got from W.H. Smith. It was like the history of witchcraft or something, and it actually had all of the festivals and sabbats in it, and this was the Ostara page. It's got the Pasinki eggs, I think they're called Pasinki, decorated eggs, and it's actually got a little bit of information about Ostara at the top, so I just included that in. And then these eggs, these are all, I think apart from this, these are all from Corrigan, but they were like an index card or like cards. And excuse me, and I cut them into egg shapes, and then I've got information or recipes on them. And I thought this was cute to have like a sort of a little basket of eggs, and I can add to this as well if I want to. This one, how gorgeous is that? There's like marble paper. This is a garden egg blessing. So this is for like encouraging like fertility and abundance in your garden. This is information about natural dye sources and what colours they make. So if you want to dye eggs, obviously you can try this with like paper, fabric. I'll just hold this still if you want to screenshot it at all. And that's the source, what it is, and that's the shade. Oh, we've got Egg Magic Part 2. I've got 2 of the eggs that have Egg Magic on. Is that the first one? Yeah. So some information about Egg Magic. And what I did was I got paper, like I've got this nice like plain paper. You can't really tell, but it's got like a slight kind of speckle to it. It's really nice. It was just from a cheap like WH Smith notepad, but you can tear the pages out. And I just glued them together. So there's like the pattern paper and then a nice writing surface. Baked sammies, or baked sandwiches. And I made this as one of my Ostara feast dishes, and it was really, really delicious. It's just like bread and butter pudding, but savoury. Oh, so good. It is an American recipe, and normally I would convert US recipes to like the UK measurements, but I have now this cup that has like what the cups are into grams and milliliters and stuff like that, so I didn't really need to change that. So yeah, those are my little magic eggs, and these 2 were I believe they're sigil patterns as well for like abundance and prosperity and stuff, which I thought went quite nicely with the whole themes of Ostara. Just gonna have some water. I'm going to try and not edit this at all because I just want to post it up. I'm starting to feel like keen and the urge to do my Beltane pages, so I want to share this and, you know, move on to the next Sabbath. Although obviously it's not a sort of linear way like that. It kind of just, the seasons merge and flow into each other. This is purely just a spread of orange things. I just wanted to explore the colour orange a bit more, and I just had a nice relaxing time going through excuse me, going through my sticker books and picking out orange stuff. So I actually really like how it turned out. It's pretty fun. And I figured I can always use this page as like a source of inspiration for like if I want to do some like orange based like colour magic, or if I want to think about like totems or something, or like animal magic. Yeah, just like kind of like an orange mood board. Here we have some information about butterflies. So this was again really fun to make, just collecting butterfly stickers from my various sticker books. This is a great like sticker stash as well. This I made like a vellum envelope by just like double-sided taping some vellum together and making this flap. And because this is again another Katie Daisy illustration and I couldn't bear to cover it up, so I thought I'll make it like that. And then originally I was going to put like spells like inspired by butterflies in it, but I actually in the end just ended up typing up a butterfly guided meditation from this book. And I used Canva to like put like a nice border and a nice background and just printed it out. It's in 2 parts, and then I thought that would be nice to do, and I just popped that in there. This painting I actually started March 2022. It's now April 2023. And just abandoned it like halfway because I just got too busy. And so I finished this off. And this was a page dedicated to Diana of Ephesus. And this is Amaranth, I think, that's off the top of my head, which is a flower sacred to her. Yeah. And this is meant to be like an orange, like sunset or something. Sunset, sunrise, probably sunset. Here we have a little pocket with recipes. This is a printable vintage embroidered napkin that I got from Johanna, or Little Bindi, I think her Etsy store is. And this was from a magazine, and I just thought it fitted perfectly. And then inside I've just got some Ostara recipes that I either made this year or that I like to make for Ostara. So the orange loaf cake, this obviously has orange in, but it's like a sort of Greek style, and you can use like Greek yogurt or goat yogurt. Last time I made this for last year's Ostara celebration. I used the goat yogurt, which kind of tied in with the goats like being like symbols with Diana of Ephesus. Lemon cheesecake, I made that for Easter this year. Really nice, simple recipe. This was from BBC Good Food. Yeah, absolutely delicious. And again, this was just an Easter card again that I got and cut in half and covered up the Easter reference. Azerbaijani lamb with apricots and chestnuts. This is a really delicious dish. I don't know if you'll be able to read my writing, but feel free to screenshot, or you can find this on BBC Good Food as well. Just search Azerbaijani lamb. So they're all sort of Eastery, Ostara-y recipes. In the UK, it's quite common to cook lamb at Easter. And I celebrate Easter and Ostara. You know, I'm not Christian, but it's more kind of a cultural thing here, and like celebrating spring and everything. So this is a section all about colour magic. So we've got information about it, keywords, some kind of correspondences. It's a little bit tricky to read, but you can read it well enough. This history of the colour orange, I had saved this since like 2019. I'd had it on my pinboard, ready and waiting for the perfect project. And I really like these cute little squirrels acting as a kind of detail for the title. This is the Charge of Baphomet from Chaos Craft. I just copied this out, and this is a painting I did of Baphomet, which is really like iridescent. Hopefully it'll pick that up. This is some information on the Temperance Tarot card. So this information is adapted from Barbara Moore, and this was an old Witches date book. I believe it was 2019, might have been 2020. And each kind of Sabbath, they had like a tarot card associated with that time. And then this page just has an Ostara tarot spread from Bujo Witchcraft. And then I just added some more stickers that kind of went with the vibe and the theme. This postcard I got when I visited my friend Kaylee in Germany in 2019 around the spring equinox. Did I spend the actual spring equinox there? I think I might have done. And it was on my wall for ages, and then I had like a huge clear out this spring equinox and found it again and just stuck it in because it's beautiful and it went quite nicely, I thought, with the page. I mean, this page looks a bit chaotic, but I am an agent of chaos, so I love it. This is all about spring flower magic. So we've got some spring flowers along here and how you can use them in different spells or rituals. This tape is from Paper Game Co. store on Etsy. It's some of my favourite tape. It's just different wildflowers. Absolutely beautiful. Again, using up my stickers from various sticker books, and these yellow primroses in the background, this is from the Witches magazine, and I've got here edible flowers and what they taste like, and I'm growing quite a lot of these in my garden. Well, I don't need to grow the dandelions, they grow themselves. Same with the primroses actually, and the violets. The rest I'm growing. The rest I have bought seeds for and will be growing. Oh, we're nearly at the end. This page is, this is a poem, or like from a poem from The Queen of Wands by Judy Gran, and this was in Tarot for Yourself by Mary Greer, and I was doing some work with like that archetype, and I just, again, using Canva, I just typed this up and put like a nice background on, and I just thought it would be nice to like document that in the book. And this was like a really nice like orange flower image, so I just printed this out on sticker paper and stuck it down. And ending things off with a little jobs for the garden section, and this is all information that I have taken from my collection of almanacs by Leah Leendertz. And there we have it. Those are my Ostara pages, orange colour magic pages. Up next we have Beltane and purple. And interestingly, I really don't have that many pages prepared in Beltane, or not prepared, but I've already put matte medium down, so they're good to go. This one got a little bit wrinkled. But yeah, there's really not that many, but I've already been gathering bits and bobs for that, so I'm probably going to do a lot of tip-ins, a lot of flaps, but also May is like a pretty busy time for me, so I'm not sure how much journaling I'm actually going to get done. So the weather's getting nicer, I'm going to be outside in the garden as much as I can, going on a couple of little adventures, obviously work, ramping up there. So yeah, we'll see. But I hope you have enjoyed this. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll get back to you when I can. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely morning, day or evening, wherever you're based, and I will see you at some point for another journaling video. Bye!